Welcome into another victory edition of Browns Live. Nathan Zegura, soon to be joined by Joe Thomas live in studio. Plus, we'll talk to the hero of Thursday night's game, Ernest Johnson, and go in the film room. But what better way to start than with the head coach of your Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski. And coach, what an environment last night, and what a win on a short week, shorthanded, and yet your team found a way.
Yeah, it was a gutty performance by the guys. I thought individual efforts out there just to fight to make it to Thursday, which is very, very hard to do in the National Football League. They got out there, they fought for 60 minutes, and then just the environment. That's my first night game down there on the lake, and I thought our crowd was outstanding. It was from the jump and the pregame introductions to the end of that game, they were outstanding.
When you get that opening drive, you mentioned the crowd, it all of a sudden became electric. And I think coming off of the games that we had, to kind of get that early lead, was that something you really stressed and was important?
Yeah, we wanted to start fast. I just think it's important in every game. But we really felt like last night, if we could get some points early, if our defense could play the game we thought we were capable of playing, we'd be in decent shape. But that first drive, we stayed out of third down completely. So that's always a key versus, I think, a really good defense.
All right. If I had told you at the beginning of the season in Week 7 you were going to win on Thursday Night Football and the touchdowns were all going to involve Case Keenum, Johnny Stanton, and Ernest Johnson exclusively, probably would have said you're nuts. Yeah. And yet that's what happened, and you went out and won the game with those guys stepping up.
I mean, that's the life of a backup in the NFL. You have to always be ready to go. Backup quarterbacks have to be ready to play at a moment's notice with no reps. I mean, you just don't get reps. And then guys like Johnny, who's been on our practice squad, Ernest, who everybody knows his story, has fought for everything he had. Just great testament to how hard these guys work, and to finally see them get some glory for what they're doing, I thought was great.
What did it mean to have Jarvis back? I just felt like just being there, it meant something. And that intro you mentioned when he came out, the place goes bonkers. It's great.
Yeah, he brings it. You feel his energy during practice. You feel his energy out on the field. He brings it every time he's out there. So wanted to get him the ball early. So we dialed the play up to where I thought he would get the ball, and he did. It's important. He's so important to what we do. He's so important to who we are. And I just felt having him out there, you definitely felt him out there.
And this defense, you felt the defense as well. First half, they get off field every single third down, shutout. John Johnson gets his first interception. What did you see from your defense in this game? Because this was a complimentary football game.
It really was. I think our defense played so sound. They played within the scheme. We played man, we played zone, we played fire zone. They were sound in what they were doing. And then ultimately, I think, especially early in that first half, we were really good on first and second down, got them into some third downs that were longer distances, executed our jobs, rallied, made a tackle, you're off the field. We'd love to do that every time. Going against these offenses, it's hard, but I think you saw guys doing their job. You saw the rush lanes staying true to who they were. You saw the zone defenders getting on their landmarks, eyes on the quarterback, and then again, you saw multiple people rallying to the ball to gang tackle.
And I mentioned I would talk about the win, so real quickly, special teams, your coverage teams are right now phenomenal, best in the NFL. So is your kicker. 52 yards into that wind at that time, I said, wow, when I saw that, one of the most impressive kicks I've ever seen at First Energy Stadium. What gave you the confidence to do it? And clearly, he said you were right to make that decision.
Yeah, into the dog pound, we always take into account how Chase does in the pregame warm-up, and he was good. He was good. He was feeling it. So, confidence comes from demonstrated ability, and he's showing it. He does it in practice. He does it in the game. So when we're in those moments where a punt doesn't make sense, it's too long to go for it, we have confidence in the kid to come through.
And he most certainly did, as did your team. 17-14 winners. When we come back, Joe Thomas will join me, and we will hear from Ernest Johnson following his breakout game against the Broncos.
The thing about 7-Up is, it always looks good, sounds good, and tastes good. There's nothing like the crisp, clean, refreshing taste of 7-Up.
Did you know tires from Conrad's include everything you need to deliver maximum life and performance? Lifetime rotations and balancing, flat repairs, wheel alignment inspection, plus 3 years of road hazard protection. Count on Conrad's for the best total value. Right now, get up to $120 off instantly on a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires when you use your Bridgestone CFNA credit card.
Subject to credit approval.
Bridgestone, official tire of the Cleveland Browns, proudly sold at your hometown.
Hey girl, you look bored as heck. I think it's time for a little vibe check, please. Here, have a Snapple. Let's have some fun. Who, me? Sure, everyone. Do yourself a flavor with Snapple. Now this new bottle's a vibe.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
Thank you for coming today. I'd like to read a brief statement. As the special meals coordinator for the Cleveland Browns, I'm proud to have drafted Mid's True Sicilian Pasta Sauce with our first pick. Made in Ohio for over 60 years, he's a hometown hero. From hearty meat sauce to classic marinara, there's no doubt Mid's is ready for Sunday dinner. We know the taste is there, though his skills on the field will need improvement. But we're working on it. Day in and day out. He practices about 3 days a week.
Touchdown, Nick Chubb! He's done it again!
Cleveland Browns fans, joining our season ticket member waitlist has its benefits. From exclusive team content to first access to single game tickets, membership starts at just $100 per seat. Joining the waitlist is the first step to becoming a season ticket member and getting these special benefits.
The Browns are winners again!
Visit clevelandbrowns.com/tickets for more information about the waitlist and your chance to be a part of the Browns' future. Welcome back into this victory edition of Browns Live. Nathan Zegura, and oh my, what a treat.
In person.
Oh, the Hoff.
Pure
in
joy.
person, that's right. Live and in color, Daddy. The Hoff is here, and Joe, last night, what an environment. Right there, First Energy Stadium, prime time, going nuts. And how about D'Ernest Johnson stepping into the spotlight, 146 yards in his first NFL start.
He had such an amazing night. The stadium was electric. The environment, the city was absolutely going bananas. It was so fun to be involved with all that and to see D'Ernest Johnson in his first start absolutely grab the bull by the horns and have one of the most memorable first nights that I can remember for a Cleveland Brown.
Yeah, I tell you what, your third carry goes for a touchdown. You can relax a little, but then the game is on the line. 5 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock. They have all 3 timeouts. The Broncos wouldn't touch the ball again, and a lot of that had to do with D'Ernest Johnson. I got to talk to him after the game in this week's Player Spotlight presented by McDonald's. Welcome into the Browns Player Spotlight, brought to you by McDonald's. And today we talk to probably the most popular man in the city of Cleveland, running back D'Ernest Johnson. And D'Ernest, last night, I'm sure a lot was going through your mind. Today, waiting for this game to make your first NFL start, going through the journey that you have been through. So let's start there. What was been going through your mind getting ready for this moment?
Like you said, it's been a long journey, and journey can't get any better than this, man. Like, I'm so thankful for the opportunity that I was given just to go out there and capitalize and seize the moment of it, man. Like, just have trust with the whole organization, just to trust in me and just give me just a chance to play football. You know, that's always the best.
The nerves probably went away because your first one was a big one, second run was a big one, then all of a sudden you're in the end zone on that first drive where you're like, oh my goodness, this I couldn't even have imagined it to go this well.
Yeah, you definitely, man. Like I said, I trusted my eyes. I trust the O-line did. First off, the O-line did a great job of just setting up all the blocks and making it easy for me. You know, they did a great job. Coaches called a great plays, and like I say, man, I just trust my ability just to go out there and do what I do, man. I had Nick on the side, man, just encouraging me and just telling me, you know, keep hitting and keep running hard and stuff like that. So that also motivated me too. After I got my first touchdown, I was so hyped.
You got the ball right here.
Yeah, I do. He said, just calm down, calm down. It's more to come. It's more to come. So, you know, it's just a mindset, man. We all had the mindset that we were going to win this game. So that was first off. We had that mindset that we wasn't going to be stopped. So we were going to do whatever it takes to seal this win, and that's what we went out there and do, man. Like I say, the O-line just they did a great job, man. The receivers did a great job blocking downfield. So
You did a great job too, by the way.
yes, I did a great job too. Thank you, man. You know, it's crazy, man. Like,
You were on a fishing boat thinking I'm never going to play football again. When you think about what you have been through, where you are, and where you are at this moment, man.
it's unexplainable, man. Like, I came from the bottom. Like, my whole life, I really had to grind to get what I want,
Slow
man.
grind.
Slow grind, man. Like, really. Like, I really had to grind to get what I want, man. Like, I'm just thankful, man. I'm just thankful just to be in this position. Just thankful that God blessed me to be where I'm at.
Well, we are thankful for you. Congratulations. I want to tell you this too, because I know how excited you were for this, but the fact that your teammates and your coaches were just as excited says everything anybody needs to know about who you are and what you mean to this organization. So congratulations. Go celebrate with your family. Enjoy this. You've earned it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. Yo.
What an incredible story. What an incredible night. Look, some of us are picked right at the top of the first round and we slide into starting and we're just all pros and pro bowlers. And others have to send out Instagram DMs to the AAF to try to get an opportunity, and stuck with it from the fishing boat now to really the hero of Cleveland at the moment, D. Ernest Johnson.
Yeah, what an incredible story. Being on a fishing boat in Key West, just fighting, scratching, and clawing, doing anything he can to keep his football career alive. And then all of a sudden, the come-out moment on Thursday Night Football, showing everybody in the country and Browns Nation how great that he really is and the heart and desire that he has of a champion.
And it was fun to watch the guys on the sideline react to his runs. Nick Chubb was by him the entire time. Miles is dancing when he had that one where he had about 3 jukes on the sideline. It was just an incredible night, an incredible story. And that's why sometimes they say sports are better than movies. Sports are better than anything, because you have these stories of somebody overcoming adversity, sticking with it, and then getting to have a moment like this. And we'll take a look at some of the plays that made that moment possible and the Browns' victory possible when Browns Live returns, because we're going in the film room. Oh yes, for the play breakdown.
Let's take a quiz. What should you look for when choosing a lawyer? Competent counsel, fair compensation, personal attention, experience? Yeah, it's a pretty long list. The fact is, choosing a lawyer is a critically important decision and well worth researching. That's why Elk & Elk is the right choice. Our team has recovered over $1 billion for our clients and has experience trying cases just like yours. Elk & Elk. Every client, every day.
As a family-owned and operated business now in its 3rd generation, we believe in the handshake. We believe in having a relationship with our customers that gives them the peace of mind that they can call us at any hour and we can help them with any problem that they have or any special circumstance. As I've grown in this industry, I've tried to instill the different things that my grandparents did, the different things that my dad has done to make people feel that they truly are at the best place in private EMS.
The thing about 7-Up is, it always looks good, sounds good, and tastes good. There's nothing like the crisp, clean, refreshing taste of 7-Up.
Hey girl, you look bored as heck. I think it's time for a little vibe check, please. Here, have a Snapple. Let's have some fun. Who, me? Sure, everyone. Do yourself a flavor with Snapple. Now this new bottle's a vibe.
Ernest Johnson in the backfield from the 4.
Why not? Give it to Johnson. He's off a rub hit. He going to the goal line. Touchdown!
Welcome back into this victory edition of Browns Live. Nathan Zegura, the half Joe Thomas. So let's get right into the film room with this week's play breakdown presented by Microsoft. And Joe, we've talked a lot about D'Ernest Johnson. First touchdown right here. He was still holding the game ball in his arms like he was carrying it around midnight last night.
Yeah, he does a great job on this play, setting his blockers up, pushing the ball towards the line of scrimmage, getting everybody to run, and then getting his shoulders north and south and not allowing anybody to get him down before he gets into the end zone.
And you love this wide zone, right? Because you have the opportunity to take it wide, but if you get clear outs like you do from Wyatt Teller and Blake Hance, get that cutback lane, and then D'Ernest gets low and gets in the end zone.
Outside zones are great because you're trying to give defenses the impression that you're trying to run around them. You're trying to get them to the outside, and it gets everybody on this defense to start running, and that's what opens up the cutback lanes for D'Ernest Johnson. Let's take a look at the end zone copy. You can see the Browns are going quickly without any shifts or motions. When you get down in the red zone, a lot of times it's good to go on a faster cadence because it doesn't give the defense an opportunity to make those adjustments and get settled in on all their different keys. So it just puts them in a little bit of a bind. So great job by Case Keenum and the Browns offense by going quickly, putting the tempo on the defense, not letting them get set up. Here, D'Ernest Johnson does a great job. You see him open up. He's opening his shoulders to the sideline. He's giving everybody the impression he's running towards the sideline. That gives the Browns blockers on the backside the ability to wash their guy down the line of scrimmage. Here you see Austin Hooper with the back block on Von Miller. Von Miller, he doesn't want any of that. You see, he is avoiding the block by Austin Hooper. He says, no, thank you. I'm going to open up this big lane inside. And then Odell Beckham coming in to crack the safety. But really, this is all about D'Ernest Johnson. Look at him getting his pads low, his shoulder pads over his thighs, and not allowing anybody to stop him from getting into that end zone.
He would not be denied, and that's the beauty of it, as you showed. You can go left, you can cut it back up the middle, but having Austin Hooper come across and the threat of the boot makes Von Miller say, maybe I'll jump on the high side of this. And then D'Ernest, as you said, he did the rest. All right, now we got 3rd and 10, and third down, it's been our Achilles heel, Joe, and we've also had busts when we played those 2 deep safeties. Defensive back coach Jeff Hardy said, look, they are going to throw some eye candy, some inward breaking routes in front of our safeties to try to tempt them to jump up. And he goes, watch out for that post behind. And sure enough, on this play, that's what you get. You're going to get Cortland Sutton here in the slot. He's going to run an in-breaking route, a dig they call it right here, and you're going to get the speedy John Brown trying to hit the post behind. And so the goal here is to try to get John Johnson to come up on this inward breaking route. But Troy Hill's in a great spot, and I think John gives him a little bait. Says, I'm going to give you one step, Teddy, and then you're going to try to throw it into the gale wind over my head. Not tonight, and is able to get back there, Joe, and get the big interception.
Yeah, the route concept here, you're trying to put that safety in a bind. You're trying to go high-low and give the quarterback an easy read. Hey, if the safety jumps the short dig, throw the post because it's wide open. If he stays high on the post, you've got that dig on that intermediary route. But John Johnson shows the veteran savvy here. I love watching this because he knows this is the route concept that's coming from this alignment with these 2 receivers. So what does he do? He gives that bait, like you said. He fakes Teddy out because if you watch, as soon as John Johnson looks like he's breaking on that intermediate dig route, that's when the ball gets let go by Teddy Bridgewater, and John Johnson's able to quickly, as he gives him the fake, he turns around and he's able to play the underneath side of that post, and he's able to get underneath the pass from Teddy Bridgewater because, like you mentioned, that wind was right in Teddy's face on this play, so he wasn't able to zip the ball in there and get it over the top of John Johnson. Unbelievable veteran move by John Johnson, baiting the throw, and then a great finish, being able to make the play in the end zone.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You talk about being veteran and being smart, knowing your opponent. That's Matt Stafford back there. You're probably not giving a bait step because you aren't going to be able to get back. But with Teddy into that win that night, he knew we could give him a little eye candy and then come back and get the interception.
And I think it's important to look at the end zone copy, too, to get some appreciation for what this Browns defensive line is doing to offenses. If you pause it right here, you can see the Browns have a 4-man rush, right? They've got their 4 horses on the field. And what do the Denver Broncos have to do? They're trying to protect their edges. So they got their 5 offensive linemen, plus they've got a tight end, plus they've got a running back that are in protection. They've got 7 guys that are trying to take care of the 4 Browns pass rushers, plus Teddy Bridgewater. That's 8 guys that are back there behind the line of scrimmage, that leaves only 3 guys for the route, and the Browns have 7 players in the secondary that are allowed to be in coverage when you do force the offense to put so many guys in there on protection. So it really gives a huge advantage to the defense. So even though the defensive line doesn't get pressure on Teddy in this play, they still had an impact because of the thought of, hey, we've got to help in protection because these guys are really good at getting to the quarterback.
And when you get those chips, look at the delay in the releases for both Gordon and Fant and the guys marking them. In this case, Walker Jr. here on Melvin Gordon, who stumbles. Takk McKinley said, come on, get off me here. But Noah Fant, look how late they are into the routes, and you know where they're going at that point. They can't set you up with a double move. You know they have one direction to go, and the Browns are able to get it. And there's John Johnson. Oh, boy, what a nice interception. Troy Hill says, go get it, and he does.
He knew as soon as that ball got let go, Troy Hill, it was going to be an interception for his boy John Johnson.
And then the celebration is on there in the dog pound. Oh, Joe, what a treat to have you in studio. Hopefully we'll do this more, talking about more big Browns wins as we got on Thursday night.
This was a lot of fun, Nathan. I would love to be back doing this in person for maybe 8 or 9 more Browns wins this year.
That's right. Speak it into existence. When we come back, the head coach of your Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski, live with us in studio to kind of take a state of the team address through 7 games here in this 2021 season. Browns fans, you can now train like the pros at Browns Fit. Our 20,000 square foot state-of-the-art fitness facility is open. Browns Fit creates a safe and healthy environment for members and guests and showcases the latest in innovative fitness technology with personal training and much more. Located in the flats of downtown Cleveland on the 2nd floor of the Aloft Hotel. Specials for Browns Fits are available for a limited time, so act now. Visit us at brownsfit.com today to become a member and train like the pros.
I'm Graham.
And I'm Fisk.
And we're the founders of
Graham and Fisk Wine in a Can.
100% California award-winning wine in a proven package. And announcing our Rookie of the Year, 8.4 ounces of award-winning California wine.
We've got red, we've got white, we've got rosé with bubbles, and we've got white with bubbles.
All with Wine Enthusiast Magazine Best Buy Awards. You can buy and get delivered right to your door by visiting grahamandfisk.com or from participating local retailers.
Cleveland Browns fans, joining our season ticket member waitlist has its benefits. From exclusive team content to first access to single game tickets, membership starts at just $100 per seat. Joining the waitlist is the first step to becoming a season ticket member and getting these special benefits.
The Browns are winners again!
Visit clevelandbrowns.com/tickets for more information about the waitlist and your chance to be a part of the Browns' future.
A parent or spouse, a neighbor or friend, we care for the lives entrusted to us with technology, medicine, expertise, and passion, delivered with understanding and support. Not just addressing heart and vascular problems, truly caring for you as a person. We are University Hospital's Harrington Heart and Vascular Institute, and we are here for you.
Welcome back into Browns Live. Nathan Zegura and the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. And because this is a special Friday edition of Browns Live, we're not going to look ahead to the next opponent. We took care of business for this week, but this is going to be kind of our state of the season here, presented by Ticketmaster. And Coach, 4-3 coming off of this win. Now you get those 10 days before the Steelers. Kind of what is the mindset and where are you at with this football team?
Yeah, we're 7 games into it. We got 5 games until the bye, so you treat this break as really the mini bye. So you go for the fresh with the players. You know, they're off, so we want them to refresh and recharge. And as coaches, we get a little opportunity here to do a self-scout. We really believe in that self-scout process where you can learn a lot about what you're doing offensively, defensively, special teams, and you can make adjustments in season. We try to do it every single week. This gives you an opportunity to really sit back, pull it apart, look at it, and say, all right, what are some areas that we identify that need to improve? And then the next part is, all right, how do we improve those areas?
Yeah, last year it came after week 8, so one more game you had to buy, and clearly there was a change. Once we got through some of that crazy weather, which hopefully we won't deal with this year, but there was a change. What do you love about that self-scout process?
Yeah, I think now we have 7 games. There's a sample size. Now you can, as you are in season, you can sometimes not see the forest through the trees, and you're just all these games, or you get clouded by that singular game. Well, now you can put on 7 games worth of short yardage, 7 games worth of red zone, whatever it may be, and you have a good sample size where I really believe you can learn about yourselves now 7 games into it.
It's great to kind of come off this short week, get that win, and now you have these 10 days because we are a banged-up football team, even though we overcame it and everybody stepped up and you wouldn't have known it watching it. How do you feel about kind of where this team should be as you head towards, we'll call the second third of this season before that bye?
Yeah, we should get some guys back. Guys are healing up. They're spending a lot of time in their recovery room, in the training room. So I do anticipate that we'll get guys back for Pittsburgh. And then, our division starts. I'm not going to get too far ahead of it, but this next game is a division game, and we haven't played one yet. So there's a lot of season in front of us, and we're 4-3. That's who we are. That's what we are. And now we got to make sure that we're going forward. We understand that there's a lot of football left to be played.
What kind of are you the happiest with your football team? And maybe some of the outcomes weren't what you wanted, but what you've seen from the guys, and I would say some of the commitment to like getting on the field and being a part of this.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of areas, I'd tell you, Nathan, that we're playing good football. We're inconsistent in other areas, and then we're just looking to put it all together as a team. And I don't think we've done that consistently enough. You saw it last night playing complementary ball, getting a stop on defense, moving the ball on offense, or maybe pinning them deep, whatever it may be. I want to see more consistent complementary football from us moving forward.
And you get another one at home. That's what's coming up next. What's kind of been the environment as you felt it here in Cleveland? You mentioned that was your first night game with a full capacity. Just your first season here with a full capacity and getting to really taste what that means this. I mean, I know you felt it probably leaving the building last night, what that victory meant to this city.
Well, I felt it driving in, I should say, because they were ready to go, and it was a madhouse around the stadium just early. And then just throughout the game, they were loud. I think, and our crowd knows this. I don't want to insult their intelligence. They know this. They make such a big deal when they're as loud as they were last night. That's so hard on the offense to operate. So that's an advantage for us. Teams have to come into our stadium on the lake. Hopefully the weather is as messy as can be, and our crowd helps us win those games down there.
So you've gotten to be a head coach now, obviously a season and a half, but you've been in locker rooms forever, post-games, celebrations, all of those things. And you talk to a guy like Joe. That's what he misses the most, right? Being in the locker room, that camaraderie. Last night's locker room and the video that we got to see, it felt special because I think sometimes, you love to have a guy who has a great game. But when you can feel the love of the teammates for a guy like D'Ernest, that's something he will never, ever forget that night. What's it like just to be a part of that, and what makes that so special, that bond that these guys have?
Yeah, you mentioned Joe, and I've heard this from so many guys that once they're done playing, that's what they miss. They miss the locker room. They miss moments like that, and you can't script moments like that. And you love to see good things happen to good people. D'Ernest Johnson is a great teammate, and the way he works, the way he goes about his business, I think his teammates see that. So to see him have success, obviously it's really an exciting time for our entire team.
I think Nick Chubb talked more on the sideline because of D'Ernest Johnson than maybe he's talked in his entire career before.
That's probably true. And Nick's, another great teammate. I mean, think about Nick on the sideline helping the guys out. Baker, I thought Baker was going to go crazy. I got to check and see if he lost his voice, because those guys are rooting so hard for their teammates. And I just think that's a great message that it sends throughout the locker room.
It was an important game. Your team got it done. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the self-scouting as you get ready to, as you said, start this kind of next phase of the season. Division game against Steelers. We'll be back to preview that. And we thank all of you, the best fans in all of professional sports, for what you did last night and for tuning in to another edition of Browns Live.